Hello. Today I will be showing off my slot machine gacha game program. I will be using Wuthering Waves characters to demonstrate how my program works. Here is a PowerPoint presentation on how to code this money printing machine. Let's start off simple. Let's ask ourselves what a gacha game is. In simple terms, a gacha game is how the gambling addiction starts, where you spend over 2,000 doll hairs on PNG images. I am making this program so I can make unlimited money. Here is a basic shot on how a gacha game works. As you can see, money comes out of your wallet, then goes to the slot machine. After a few pulls and hit pity, you will eventually get a 5-star character. But here's the catch, it's not guaranteed to win the on-banner character. In other words, it's a 50% chance, either win or pull a chi-chi that you don't want. That money is then sent to the game developers' wallets, and that freshly pulled character will soon be put into your broke gacha account. For this program, I will be using my primary coding language, as well as VS Code as my text editor. Here is how my gacha system works. The math behind it is quite simple. Use integer numbers to represent the chances out of a number from 1000. We select a random number from 1 to 1000. If a number is less than or equal to 8, then you win a 5-star. If the number is between 9 and 68 inclusive, then you win the 4-star. Once you hit 70 pulls, you reach the soft pity range, where the initial 5-star pity value increases for each pull by a rate of 100. Of course, we are adding 50-50. If you lose a 50-50, then we use a boolean to denote that you lost a 50-50 and got a chi-chi. This is how we will make the next 5-star obtained, the on-banner character. Now here is where the fun begins. We will create two separate Java classes. One storing the gacha character and one storing the banners. The gacha character stores the character's name, star rarity, and dupes. We will create a method that adds a dupe every time we get one. Dupes cannot exceed 6. The banners will store the version, the run dates, and featured 5 and 4 stars. We will use simple getter and setter methods to obtain the stored information. Next, we will create data.txt files that store all the banner dates as well as the standard 5 stars. We will use data structures such as linked lists and hash tables and initialize them to store and retrieve our information. We will create a UI and create custom command prompts that do things. Lastly, and the most fun part, debugging. Let's go to VS Code. We start by creating my object classes. As shown here, each object stores the values mentioned in my slides. Here in banner.java, the attributes for our object stores a string for our version, dates, and our beloved characters. I use an array to store 4-star characters to save my time from creating 3 separate variables. Here is my gacha character class, storing the name, the rarity, and the number of dupes. By default, I set the amount of dupes to 0. I made a method that increments the amount of dupes by 1 every time the same character is pulled. Here are my txt files. They are nothing really special. I separated individual values of information using commas. That way I can use the string method split. Of course, we create public static void main string args, and initialize our lists and tables using these class methods. A scanner is created to scan our inputs and commands. We soon create a controlled infinite loop to check our commands. This is our basic UI system. We use a switch case to check whether a specific command is placed, otherwise the error message will appear. If we type in R, the program will prompt us to type the number of pulls we want to put in. We use that simple gacha algorithm mentioned in my slides to iterate the pulling process however many times we want. In the case we type in S, we can select a different banner. By default, Jiyan's banner is selected. If we press I, then it will pull up our current inventory. I forgot to mention earlier that the gacha character class implements a comparable object. We do this mainly to order our characters based on rarity. Of course, H is for the help page. Lastly, if we press Q, we exit the program. Let's test our program.